Hey guys, welcome. So today I got the MTD mower back out, and what I was wanting to do is take the head off and clean underneath of it, uh, clean the carbon out of there, and make sure that the valves look okay and are making a proper seal with the valve seat. So just thought I'd go ahead and take this off real quick. These are the bolts that need to come off. All these here. So I'm going to go ahead and number them so that way I know which bolts go where, because some of them could be different lengths. Okay, I did the best I could at numbering these bolts. Got a 1 there, and then I didn't go 2, 3, because I wanted to create an order here so that way I can torque these bolts back down in order. So I got a 1 here, and then directly across from it I got a 2, and then my 3, I believe, oh yeah, 3's right there, and then 4's up here, and 5 is over here, and 6 is across from it, 7 is at the very bottom middle, and 8 is the top middle. So I'm going to go ahead and take the spark plug off too. There we go. And go ahead and get a bolt for the spark plug and find out what size all these bolts are and go ahead and take them out. So I'll be back. Okay, here's my spark plug socket. My breaker bar, attach them together. Go ahead and slip onto that spark plug and get it loose. And I don't like to do this with one hand, so I'm going to go ahead and just use 2. So I'll be back. Alright guys, I got all those bolts out. I went ahead and put them on the floor in the same pattern that they came out, so that way they're easier to figure out where they go. And I'm going to go ahead and take off this cover, and so it looks like there's a bolt here, and there's probably a couple other around the sides. Yeah, like a bolt here, and bolt here. There might be some more, but I'll go ahead and take those out and slip this cover off, so that way it's easier for me to turn the motor and make sure that this head should come off before I start kind of forcing it off. So there we go. Okay guys, I got that cover off, as you can see, and this the head actually fell right as soon as I took the first bolt that was like right here in the cover, and so yeah, that happened. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that out of there. There we go. It's pretty carboned up, if you ask me. And see if we can get a good look at this. Yeah, there's some moisture in there. But yeah, a lot of carbon buildup. So I'm gonna go ahead and twisting the flywheel, and I'm gonna try and get this piston to go all the way up to the top. And I'm gonna watch these valves too. These valves are opening and closing. That one's working, and that one's working. So I want both valves closed, and I want the piston all the way at the top. So that looks pretty good to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a wire brush and some paper towels, and I don't want to be too aggressive with this thing, but go ahead and get it all cleaned up. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I went ahead and I found out I could move this bar over, so I went ahead and did that. And I just grabbed a wire brush and just gonna kind of go at it. I'm gonna be careful, especially around the edges. I don't want to take very much material around there because I want it to seal right. So I'm just gonna focus on the piston and the valves. So I'll be back when those are clean. Alright guys, that actually cleaned up pretty good. Not perfect, but I did go ahead and use this brush. Went pretty aggressive on these surfaces here, the two valves and the piston, and I went a lot less aggressive around the outside where you can kind of tell the gasket was, and because I want to keep that as even as possible. I don't want to take off very much. So I'm going to go ahead and work on the head now. It's pretty carboned up, so I'll just use the wire brush and start going at it. So I'll be back in a minute. Alright guys, I got the head gasket off and cleaned that up a bit. It's still kind of dirty, but I think it'll work for my purposes here. This mower isn't real nice or anything, so I just did a decent job. I just wanted to get it all cleaned up. As you can see, part of the gasket's still on this and here, but I wanted to keep the seal as close to the same as I could, so part of this gasket is missing some things, and I think with having those on there, it'll keep it sealed right. Now, when I cleaned here, I did put some scratches around where those screws go, and it's not really what you want to do, but this mower is nothing special, so I just went ahead and did it. I'm going to go ahead and put this all back together and call it good. Okay guys, I got most everything put back together. I just need to torque these bolts to spec. And if you're not sure what torque your bolts need to be, it's worth a search on the internet, and you need to find out. And my motor is a Briggs & Stratton, so I found a Briggs & Stratton chart that told me the torque for these bolts, and it tells you the torque for the bolts based on your model number, and mine's 98902, and so I'm pretty sure that these bolts need a torque of 140 inch-pounds per bolt. So I'm going to go ahead and torque them. I'm not going to go that tight for the first round, but I'm going to go in a crisscross pattern. I'm not really sure what pattern I'm supposed to use, so I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8, and I'll tighten them down a bit in that pattern, and then maybe I'll go a bit tighter on the next round, and then the third round I'll probably tighten them to that 140 inch-pounds per bolt. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye. Oh, one last thing, guys, almost forgot. Most people would probably buy a head gasket, a new one, if it looked anything like mine did. I don't think that my head gasket was bad. It was just kind of coming apart a bit, which, I mean, it probably could use a new head gasket, but this mower, I mean, it's pretty old, and I got it for cheap, and I just don't feel like putting a head gasket in it right now. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys.